out that little bit. So we're going to jump straight into the sectioning pattern. What we're going to do is we're going to work a center section through there. We're then going to use the high point of the head to come down the back of the ear. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that our client's head is square, and you just want to draw straight down the middle like that, and then using that line continue that straight down the back. So if we look there, just working that section or that parting straight down middle back. We're then going to grab our comb and pop it on the head. We're going to find the high point on the head like that, and we're just going to draw a section straight down, which takes us to just top of the ear, back top of the ear basically, but everybody's head shape is completely different, so it could fall slightly different. But just so you can see there, we've got that section running through there. We're going to do exactly the same on the other side, and this is all for balance. So when we're working with these sections, splitting it in using points of reference on a person's head, a client's head, such as high points, ears, you can also replicate it very, very simply. So when you come to client cards in salon, what you do with colour services is you often write down colour notes, whereas when you are doing haircuts, not so much. But if you break haircuts down to a really easy to follow section pattern, and with this section pattern you could create multiple haircuts. So you could do this section pattern as is now, splitting the hair into quadrants, and then you could put some subsections in there which will just either put a fringe in, maybe a little bit of disconnection. We'll split that into 4 sections. What we want to do now is we just want to clip off the back, and we want to keep that front because that's where we're going to start working first. So now I've got that sectioning done. What we want to be looking at now is how we can use this to create different types of haircuts. So it all depends on angle of hair, length of hair that we're going to be cutting in. Because if you think of a wolf cut, you want the top to be quite heavy. When you think of a shag, you maybe want it to be a little bit lighter, butterfly cut, a bit more floaty and a bit longer through there, rather than taking anything maybe like above the eye. So we're going to be doing a modern shag. So we want to be taking a little triangle section just on that front piece there, and that's going to be our guide for our length, which is going to dictate the whole haircut. So now we're going to take this little triangle section and we want to work out where we want the hair to fall. So if you're thinking about here, about say collarbone, that'd be more butterfly. If you're thinking maybe nose, that could be maybe a bit more wolf cut, although you'd refine it so it's a little bit heavier around here. But with shag haircuts, you often see shags really quite textured on the forehead. So we're going to be working on the bridge of the nose. So I'm just going to pull that hair down to the bridge of the nose. I'm just cutting that in there like that. And then what we want to do is we want to run back and we want to take a centimetre either side of that middle part that we put in at the beginning. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to pick up that fringe that we've just put in, or that guide, and let's spin it sideways so you can see. So we're going to use that now. We're going to have our fingers at a 45-degree angle, but the hair at a 45-degree angle as well, going the opposite way. And then we're just going to point cut, because that's just going to give us a really nice, soft, but clear guide. Horizontal sections straight through, and it's all going to be over directed to that middle guide. When I come back to this side, I'm going to turn the mannequin head so you can actually see that hair stretching up and over directing. But here, I want you to see that hair being pulled up and then being able to see that guide being cut just there. We're pushing that up into that middle, just nice and clean into here, and then getting your fingers ready, getting that hair angle ready, making sure that hair's being pushed over. And there we go. That's that front of a shag haircut all done. It could be taken as a wolf cut, it could be taken as a butterfly cut, but this sectioning pattern is something that's really quite versatile and gives you the ability. I mean, you could even do a really nice textured bob, adding bangs and fringes into it straight away. Right, so the back section. What we want to do is this front section, we want to take 1 inch, just so we've got a nice strong guide, and we're just going to push all of that forward. I'm going to take the clip which was in that back section, and I'm just clipping that out of the way. And this here, which is our new guide, I'm combing that back into the back section, which is going to work as our guide all the way through that haircut. And I'm just going to do exactly the same on this side. So taking, what, about 1 inch. So we've got a nice strong guide. Clipping that front hair out of the way so we don't disturb it. And then brushing it back into the back section, like so. And then we want to find that middle section again. But what we want to do is we want to bring, like we did on the top section, a centimetre either side of it into it. So that is our guide. So we're working with near on an inch as our first section that we're going to be cutting with. So I'm just going to spin this way because I really like to cut from where the guide is. And what I mean by that is my guide is there and I can see my guide and just cut up. Whereas I don't want to be, say, this side and then cutting down to my guide because you're sort of guessing where to start from. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull up, find that guide which is right at my fingertips, and I'm going to cut up a 45° again. You could cut horizontal, so you've got a bit more of a square layer, but we're working with more of a triangular. So there we go, there's my guide, I can see it just pop out at my fingertips. And then point cut. Again, reason point cutting, keeping it nice and soft. If you find that that hair drops that little bit at the back, just pull it in and then recut. You don't really want to be cutting past your second knuckle because in there where I can fit my comb is a little bit loose, whereas there I can't get my comb in. So that will create a little bit of bagging with your hair. There we go. It says my centre guide and this hair's being now pulled up. Be sure to subscribe and like the video and comment. And that's that haircut done, guys. Wet. We want to now dry it off, refine it, and then what we can do is check out the finished result. So there we go, guys, that is the finished result. I'm just going to grab a wide tooth comb. Can we call it a wide tooth comb? And then just going to brush through or comb through just to loosen up that little bit more. And then we're just going to get the razor in there and just start to add a little bit more texture for the finished result. Just to soften it off that little bit, add a little bit more, like I say, texture in there. But I just love this. These mannequins just dry so beautifully, and it's got products in, so it's leave-in conditioner, Joico Luster Lock, and it's got the, I said a serum earlier, and it's the colourful serum, which is currently now discontinued, but you could use an alternative like Colour Therapy by Joico. So I'm just going to grab the razor and then just refine some little bits, connect some little bits, and then we'll check out the finished result. So I'm going to grab the razor. This is the Matsu razor, and then all I want to do, if you can see here, and there's just a slight disconnection there. So all I'm going to do, and I'm not going to hack into it, I'm just going to pull down and I'm just going to softly tickle those edges, just to add that little bit more connection through there, and then the same through this side. So there and there, pull it forward to where it is, and then we can just connect like that. If we want to texturise this little fringe, make it a little bit more sort of lived in, you can pull forward and then just graze over the top. Add a little bit more texture in that middle, and I'm just grazing that razor over the top. If you was a client, you'd have to be careful not to go too hard and catch their skin. Although these are feather razors, they're very safe. But add a little bit more softness around that face. And it's just a case of just personalising. And then let's just shake it out that little bit. Let me know in the comments as well. I had somebody message the other day saying they were so glad that I didn't rip the head off and shake it anymore. Percentage. Let me know in the comments. Do you like it, or do you prefer me not doing it? I don't mind either way. It's a bit of fun. But yeah, really cool, really nice, really fresh. And I just love that sort of loose texture that's in there running through. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.